Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Don't forget to subscribe and tap on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. And let us just get right into today's video. So to start off, I'm going to push back my cuticles. This is just part of my prep as always. I'm doing this to expose more of the nail plate and also just to push back the live tissue so I'm left with the dead skin only on my nail plate. Okay, once I'm done with that, I will be going in with my needle bit and just going around the cuticle area to remove the dead skin that is on the nail plate. I am being careful and not filing off any live tissue because that could hurt and I could actually bleed, and I do not want to do that. So be very careful when you're doing this step. So after I'm done with that, I will be going in with a mandrel bit and a fine grit sanding band to just lightly buff the surface of the nail just to remove the surface shine of it, and also this helps the product adhere better to the nail. Now I'm being very careful, I'm not over filing and I'm not putting any pressure at all. And then after that, I will be going in with a hand file and just shaping the nails. I'm shaping the free edge, I'm not really trimming them down or anything. I'm just shaping them properly. So once I'm done with that, it is now time for me to go in with my nippers. And this is probably the scariest part of doing nails for me, because I have to be super careful not to cut myself, not to cut any live tissue. So I'm just basically cutting off the dry skin that is there. And this is preference, honestly. You don't really have to do it. That is why sometimes I do it and sometimes I do not, especially if you don't have that much cuticle growth. I don't think you need to do it. It just helps with the look of the set. Once it's done, it helps it look a bit neater and a bit nicer. So yeah, this is just mainly preference. So once I am done trimming the cuticles, I do go in with a wipe and some acetone to cleanse the nails and also dehydrate them. I find that acetone serves well as a dehydrator as well, so you don't really have to buy one. Then now I will be going in and sizing out my dual forms. Now when sizing out your dual forms, you want to make sure that they fit perfectly. They are not too big, nor are they too small, but in certain instances you find yourself being in between sizes, so that is when you can now go for the bigger size and then file it down to fit your nail. And then I'll also be going in with my peel off base coat, which is just cuticle oil and a layer of top coat. In my last video, I wanted to update you guys. I promised to update you guys on how it went. Well, it didn't work well then, but this time around I tweaked the cuticle oil and added a bit of castor oil to give it more of an oil base. So I did this to the cuticle oil because I felt like it was more watery than oily, and that didn't do much to hinder the retention. So they lasted for about 3 weeks, which is something I didn't want, yet at the same time I wanted. So now I'm going to squeeze a bit of polygel onto the dual form, and then using acetone as my slip solution as always. You can go ahead and use the slip solution that came with your polygel or some alcohol. I'm going to mold the polygel into the shape and length that I want for my nail. Now, it's kind of the opposite of using paper forms. What you do on the form, you have to do inside the dual form. So yeah, I also go ahead and pop the bubbles that were in the polygel and then smooth that out. When I am placing the dual form on the nail, I'm making sure to place it at an angle, making sure that I don't squeeze too much, because when you squeeze too much, all the polygel squeezes out and then you no longer have an apex. Now, dual forms are a bit tricky, I won't lie. You find that they don't stay in place as many YouTubers have shown. Like, they kind of lift a little while they're attending to the underneath the free edge part of the dual form. So with practice they get easier, honestly. Yeah, they are a very quick and easy method to do in my book, so I guess they're okay, but they do need some practice. Maybe on your third try you can do them properly. So after I am done applying the polygel on all the nails, I will go ahead and just wipe off the tack layer with the wipe and some acetone, and then I will be going in with a mandrel bit and a medium grit sanding band and just sealing the cuticle and also filing off the polygel that squeezed out of the dual form. Yeah, and then I will go ahead and start off the shaping. I will just shape the sides. I'm filing the sides, and then I'm also going to file a bit of the surface depending on how the shape looks. I am going for a square look, so I'm not really doing much filing on the sides, and then I'm going to file the free edge to straighten it out. I also file the underneath mainly because I do not like that curve that the dual form has, so I try to make them very straight, as straight as I can get them. And then I will be going ahead and just wiping off the dust, and then now I'm going to start the gel polish application. So to start off, I will need to mix my own nude, and I know I always do this, it's just that I'm never satisfied with the nude that I have, you guys. But yeah, I'm going to be using this pink gel polish from Blink Girl, and then I'm going to use the nude, some white gel polish, as well as some top coat to give it that sheer look. So once I'm satisfied with the color that I get, I will be going in with a layer of base coat on all the nails. This is just mainly to prevent the color from bleeding into the scratches that appeared from the filing and shaping. So it's a thin layer on all the nails, and then I will be curing that for 60 seconds before I go in with the gel polish application. after carrying the base coat, I will be going in with the color, and I'm using a dull brush and just applying a thin coat of that onto the nail. And then I will go in with a liner brush for the cuticle area. This helps to keep it nice and clean and neat, and also prevent the gel polish from touching the skin, which can help prevent lifting. So if you struggle with your cuticle area application when it comes to gel polish, I highly suggest using a liner brush for that area. It really helps, especially when you are a beginner nail tech. So I did cure the color each coat for about 40 seconds under the lamp, and then this is how they look after 2 coats. I will be going in with this black gel polish to draw French tips. I am going to be doing a chrome French tips, so I want the base to be black so that the chrome looks better. To start off, I'm just going to draw a line across, and then I'm going to draw one vertically towards the center of the nail. Then I'm going to draw 2 lines from the sides and have them meet that line, that center line. Then from there, I'm going to just curve those lines in and create my smile line. I am still not that good or that perfect when it comes to drawing French tips, so just I keep practicing and they get easier and better over time. So yeah, I find this technique works very well for me when it comes to drawing French tips. I do hope that it helps you as well. So I did kind of like switch liner brushes because I felt like the other one would be a better suit for this French tip, but it wasn't, and it messed up, so I had to start over. But it's okay, it still turned out nice. So yeah, I'm going to continue doing that for the rest of the nails. I'm going to let you watch the ring finger, and then the rest I will do off camera. I did use a thicker liner brush to fill in the fringe, and I did that just to save time, honestly. So yeah, this is how they look after I did the rest of the nails. And then now I'm going to be going in with my top coat only on the front tip part. So when I did my research on how to do chrome, you have to just apply your base color and then apply a layer of top coat. This helps the chrome powder to stick on better. So yeah, that is what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to use a liner brush to get onto the corners of that fringe. and just get the top coat there so that the chrome can stick on with ease. After applying the top coat, I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds, sorry. And then I'm going to be rubbing on the eyeshadow. So I actually don't have chrome powder, so I thought, why not try this out? And then I did discover that I'm not the first to think of this. Some other artists have also done it, and it works pretty good, so I wanted to give it a shot. I'm going to be using the shiny palette. Most of the colors are shiny, and I'm going to be using my makeup applicator to rub it on. I did do the other nails off camera. I'm just going to be showing you guys the thumb. So I used the makeup applicator to rub on the eyeshadow, sorry. And then I did realize that it wasn't giving me the coverage that I was hoping for. So I decided to rub that on, apply top coat over it, cure that, and then I'm going to go ahead again and rub the eyeshadow in and then top coat after. I felt like I got the coverage that I wanted, and the eyeshadow was looking more the way I wanted it to look. So after applying top coat onto the last layer of chrome and curing it, I will be going in with the nail art. So for this, I'm going to be using some white gel polish, and then I'm going to use my dotting tool to place a couple dots for each petal. And then I'm going to get my liner brush and draw lines from those dots towards the center of the flower. This will create each individual petal and make it look sort of realistic. And then I'm going to draw lines from the center to the outside of the flower, and then I'm going to add a couple dots at the tips of those lines. Now I didn't like the first flower, so I wiped it off and started over. And I will just say that these flowers are not as complicated as they look, honestly. They are quite easy to do. You just need to get your petal placement right, and you are perfect. You are good to go. Your flowers will be looking so pretty. And yeah, so I'm going to let you guys watch the rest of that. I just wanted to mention that I'm also curing in between each nail or sometimes in between each flower. This is just to make sure that I don't mess up the other nails while I'm doing on the other, and it saves me time in my book, because if you mess up you have to start all over again, and that is just so much time that you'll be taking. So yeah, cure when you feel you need to cure. Don't wait too long, because you will mess up and you will have to start over again, and we all don't want that. So yeah. After doing on the flowers, I will be going in with top coat, applying a layer of that on all the nails, and then curing it for 90 seconds. And then I will be going in with my cuticle oil. This set honestly is very easy and simple in my book. It is not too complicated in any way. It looks complicated, but it's really not. So, yeah, that basically concludes today's video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be seeing you guys in the next one.